56 people have died. And that's the number of lives that has been lost in the Hooch tragedy in Kallakurichi in Tamil Nadu. Breadwinners have been killed. Hundreds are severely affected. Their families have been devastated, and an entire village is scarred due to the deaths that in fact rocked Kallakurichi. It is not just one of the worst tragedies in recent times, but also a reminder of Tamil Nadu's dark history of Hooch tragedies. Toxic, chemical mixed substance with the alcohol served to the people despite in this illicit brew went ahead and in fact caused these deaths, and this has also happened in the past. Over 900 litres of Hooch seized, which shows the extent of the prevalence of the illicit liquor. The only question that remains is, what was the government doing? Today, actor turned politician Kamal Hassan visited Kallakurichi to offer condolences to the victims. But believe it or not, the DMK ally, instead of questioning the government for the laxity, he went ahead and pinned the entire blame on the victims. Listen in to what he said.
See, I cannot say I have no sympathies for these victims. But these victims will have to understand they've exceeded their limit. And they've been careless. They have to be careful. They have to take care of their health. There are enough available liquor, more than pharmacies we have Tasman. My request to any government, not just one government which is existing now, the previous and the governments to come, my request would be to create psychiatric centers which will counsel them out of this delirium tremens that they are suffering now. It has to be occasional drinking, social drinking, if at all. But they must understand that exceeding limit in any form, be it sugar, anything is bad. And this necessarily is bad.
You heard what Kamal Hassan said. He went on to blame the victims, and he went on to say that what the victims did was that they drank in excess and they crossed their limit. YG Madhavanti of the Bharatiya Janata Party joining us today on the broadcast. Dr. Nikul Patel of the Congress also joining us. Ramasubramaniam, political analyst with us. Kasturi Shankar, actor, also with us. I would like to start with Kasturi Shankar. Kasturi, there's also a tweet of yours that has caused quite a flutter. And now it is Kamal Hassan. I would first like to ask you, do you concur with what Kamal Hassan went on to say?
I think it was a little bit insensitive of him to completely shift the blame onto the people. In fact, in this case, I would say they are the victims of nearly more than 70 years of Dravidian normalization of alcoholism. The people are, yes, I mean, while we do understand that people who choose to go and who seek illicit hooch in a quest for extra intoxication or a high or whatsoever, we do understand that they are responsible for their fate. But who is responsible for turning Tamil Nadu, which was a prohibition state, was an alcohol-free state, till as late as 1971, who is responsible for turning it today to a state full of daily drinkers? We have gained a reputation of Indian Tamilians who were known for their dedication and hard work are now known for their addiction to alcohol. So I think Mr. Kamal Hassan, I understand that he came from with bona fide intentions when he says psychiatric centers should be set up. I would say set up those psychiatric centers on the remnants of broken down TASMAC shops. Convert all TASMAC shops into psychiatric centers. If you curb the act to hooch, then you are already halfway to getting rid of alcoholism in the state.
Kasturi, in brief, I would like to know from you, because today there is a sense of there's devastation, there's loss, there's a sense of anger. Many are asking questions when it comes to accountability. In brief, just tell us, as I move on to my other panelists, who is accountable for this tragedy that took place where 56, and every day the death toll is rising. As of today, as we speak, 56 deaths have been reported in Kallakurichi.
I have been very blunt about this in my interviews in Tamil Nadu, and I will tell you today, the DMK government that has been in power for the last 2.5 years cannot absolve itself of any responsibility. They have to answer for every life lost, giving 10 lakhs.
All right. So Kasturi Shankar says that DMK cannot be absolved of responsibility. Dr. Nikul Patel, your ally is in power in the state of Tamil Nadu. 56 lives have been lost. The DMK is listing the action that has been taken. In fact, DMK has also gone on to say that why don't we question the government in Puducherry, because that's where the chemical that caused the death, that is where the chemical is produced. Who is accountable for the deaths that took place in Kallakurichi, Dr. Patel?
See, when such kind of incident happened anywhere in the country, it is very pathetic. And the way the entire episode had come out, we feel that the illicit liquor and that is chemicals which has been consumed by the people is going to make their death. Now, if we see responsibility, definitely the local government as well as the police who is in charge of everything, they must know where such kind of breweries are held and they are manufacturing such kind of liquor. Because we know that the local authority and the police knows the things. So nothing to go out with. We have an ally with that government, but definitely any government is there, death of any people cannot be tolerated at all. So I would like to say that whether it is Pondicherry or Tamil Nadu, the local government should take the responsibility. They have given some compensations, but that compensation is not enough.
So are you, Dr. Nikul Patel, are you saying that the DMK is responsible for what happened in Kallakurichi?
Responsible in the sense that they must be able to stop such kind of activity into the state with the police.
But they clearly haven't been able to, Dr. Patel, and this is not the first time. Moving on to Ramasubramanian, who's joining us also on the broadcast. Mr. Ramasubramanian, what do you have to say? We are seeing the blame game that's happening. Today, the Bharatiya Janata Party has come out and has questioned the silence of the INDIA bloc. Leaders of the BJP are saying, how is it possible that top leaders of the Congress party are absolutely silent on the Kallakurichi Hooch tragedy? But what do you think has caused this? Who's responsible? Who's allowing the Hooch mafia to operate in the state?
I just heard that Mr. Annamalai has been saying that DMK is responsible for all this, very serious tragedy. But what I would like to mention is that the MLA in Kallakurichi is an ADMK gentleman, and the person who is purported to have manufactured this is another non-DMK person, and the person who distributed is also an ADMK person. So I don't say that it is all because of these the tragedy has taken place and the government has no role at all. I just don't say that. Yes, the blame has to be taken by the government, and the government has taken cognizance of that, and they have taken immediate action to help the people out. More than 100 people have been suffering, and 56, as we mentioned, they are dead and gone. And of course, this 10 lakh compensation is not the right one. I mean, money is not going to bring back the dead people. Having said that, I just heard Kasturi saying that before 1971, everything was all right. Only after the prohibition was lifted in Tamil Nadu, everything has gone wrong at all. I don't know. She was not born before 1971. That's what I presume. Even before 1971. That is 1967, that is the time when Congress left the rule, the government. Even during that Congress period, there were illicit rack and there were deaths and Many
No,
people used to
I
go
think
to
we're really beating around the bush, because today the question is only and only about accountability. There are families that are devastated. Hundreds of people are still critical. We still do not know, in fact, who is the kingpin of this entire Hooch tragedy, who allowed the sale of illicit liquor despite a specific policy being in place. YG Madhuvanti, you are hearing the kind of blame game that's happening. Those who are leaning towards the DMK say that the Kallakurichi MLA is from the AIA DMK. The person who sold the liquor also is a person who has no links with the DMK. The Bharatiya Janata Party is questioning the silence of the INDIA. But let's go to the root of the issue. Who is allowing the Hooch mafia to operate in the state, and why is there no crackdown?
Good evening to you and to my fellow panelists. I think it's very obvious and very clear who is allowing the Hooch mafia into the state of Tamil Nadu. Just like how people allowed drugs to be peddled all across Tamil Nadu, the ruling government and the DMK has got to take responsibility for this heavy massacre. Let's remember that last year, 22 such deaths happened. Similar deaths because of illicit liquor. And nothing has been done so far. It's been a whole year and we only see the death toll rising to 56. And it's just getting worse by the day, by the minute as we speak. In a matter of 72 hours, the death toll has risen to 56 and 100 plus people are fighting for their lives. This is not a blame game issue. Somebody has to take up the responsibility, and it is the responsibility of the ruling government. I don't see one person from the government owning up and saying, yes, this is our responsibility, we will deal with it. All they want to do is find fault and talk about why the Prime Minister did not visit Manipur, or talk about Hathras, or talk about other issues that happen in other states. But whereas in a place like Kallakurichi that is 3 hours away from Chennai, I am imploring to the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu to go visit. It is half an hour by helicopter and 3 hours by car. My state president has implored this. Isn't this an issue of such grave importance that the Chief Minister should visit? And what is Mr. Kamal Hassan saying about psychiatric treatment? Why is it that he is not able to question the root cause? This was distributed meters away from a local police station. Are you telling me that the police were not involved? They were not aware of the fact that this illicit liquor was being distributed? I don't understand the lackadaisical attitude and the way in which these people are trying to take on and say, put the blame and pass the buck on to Pondicherry. Excuse me, the deaths have happened in Tamil Nadu, in the Kallakurichi core area, and a whole load of SC community people have been massacred due to these deaths. Please hear the interviews of all those family members who are crying there day in and day out. And you know what they say? They say that when my son or husband earns money, the one thing he does is take it to this liquor store and buy liquor. And if there is any extra money, he gives it to the family for us to make some food and eat. This is the state of this wonderful Tamil Nadu at this point in time.
Please stay with us. We also have some breaking news coming in with regards to this very case, and we'll once again make our viewers listen into what Kamal Hassan said. And the latest that we have to tell you is that we are getting to know that from the district administration, an action was taken which is now being questioned. Bodies were burnt without post-mortem and they were exhumed to confirm illicit liquor consumption in order to provide compensation to the family. So an exhumation of sorts was done to confirm if the death was related to the Hooch tragedy or not, and that's the latest input that's now coming in. Kasturi, you're staying with us. The Bharatiya Janata Party piling on the pressure, going on to question the Chief Minister and saying that you should visit Kallakurichi. Why is it that the DMK is only interested in a blame game? Those are the questions that are being asked by the Bharatiya Janata Party today. And like you pointed out, many are also questioning the insensitivity, be it on the part of Kamal Hassan or on the comments that are now coming in from the leaders of the DMK. Many are also questioning you, Kasturi, that you went on to say you questioned the decision of the state to give compensation. If you could if you would elaborate on that, what did you mean when you asked the state that very question?
When the state goes ahead and state that does not honor who entire year's crop in the
All right, Kasturi, I think we'll have to fix your connection there. There seems to be a problem there with your audio video connection. But let's also once again tell our viewers about the latest that's coming in. The information that we are getting is that the district administration, that there were bodies that were buried without postmortem, and those bodies were exhumed to confirm illicit liquor consumption in order to provide compensation to the families. Let's go across to our guests who are joining us on the panel. Let's once again get in a comment from Dr. Nikul Patel. Dr. Nikul Patel, you said that this is not the time for a blame game. Compensation will not bring back lives. But did you also listen in to what Kamal Hassan had to say?
Kamal Hassan, what Kamal Hassan said, I heard it, and really it is pathetic from a party who is into people's service, and a president, he's blaming the people of taking care of. Definitely, see, everybody is consuming liquor, and if it is a liquor-free state, Tamil Nadu, anybody can go and consume that liquor. But if that liquor is not in a good quality, who is responsible for maintaining the quality of the liquor? That is not the who is the customer. So the person who is selling it, and the responsibility of the government as well as the police to take care of what breweries are there, what number of breweries are into the state, what number of breweries, what quality of liquor they are selling. And if such thing happens, then everybody is running out. See, BJP would like to blame the government, but they must also introspect about the states where such things happen. Right now, my friend was telling about DMK chief minister to visit 3 hours from the place. But now if you see a Gujarat, Lathakand happened in Dhodka, and it was just 60 kilometers and not almost 1 hour from Gandhinagar, but never chief minister visited that place. So blaming each other and taking into such things, I would like to say that when such thing happens, it's a collective responsibility, and we could start working on it so that the people, innocent people, must not lose their life.
Not only has the blame game started, but there are questions being raised on the attempt to now put the blame entirely on the victims, then go on to say that, okay, the way to handle this menace is to allow psychiatric counseling, and it doesn't. So what are you in sense doing? Are you in sense trying to absolve the onus that should be on the district administration and the state in itself? Who is allowing the Hooch Mafia to operate? I'd like to thank all our panelists for joining us. Time for us to slip into a short commercial break here on Times Now. We'll be back. Stay with us.